65 or older. The demand for vaccines overwhelming. Officials in Fort Myers today defended their plan
the angry mob burst through barricades.
Get ready for their day. Crocodiles, like all reptiles, are cold-blooded or ectothermic. What that means is that they get their body temperature from the surrounding temperatures. They don't generate it like mammals do. So once these guys reach a comfortable body temperature, they will then retreat into the water to cool off or start to hunt or whatever they need to do. This is absolutely incredible. We're about... I need to get back out there. My name is Dan Voinis. I'm a filmmaker, naturalist, and adventurer, and I've spent my whole life studying and working with wildlife, particularly reptiles. My mission: to explore exciting places, find fascinating creatures, and get them in front of the camera, so that I can share the animals I love with the rest of the world. These are my adventures. Right now we're in George Bush Park. This park is nestled right in the middle of the West Houston area. Houston, of course, is the fourth biggest metropolitan area in the country, the biggest city in Texas. It's just a huge, bustling metropolis. Now, you wouldn't think that this area would be very conducive to large reptilian predators. Usually whenever a natural area gets developed, those kind of animals, alligators, large venomous snakes, they all just get pushed out, they get driven out. But in select places here in Houston, you can still find large, prehistoric reptilian predators. Cutting right through this park is Buffalo Bayou, the same bayou that runs right through downtown Houston. Now, it is very rare to find an alligator in downtown Houston, but that same bayou, that same river system contains a healthy population of alligators running right through here. So I want to try and see just how well these animals are surviving in the middle of all this human activity. In addition, I also hope to encounter some of the countless other incredible species that share this habitat with these animals and exist in the same ecosystem, in the same food chain. Of course, like always, please don't forget to like, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to see more content like this. Hit the bell icon to get notified every single time I upload. Just show your support. Leave a comment, get that viewer engagement. Help me build this channel so I can continue to do these incredible expeditions and find these incredible animals and get them up close to the camera for you guys. It's not long before I spot my first wild animal. Not an alligator, but another top predator. Alright, if you look here, we've got an egret. Now with their long, slender legs, they're able to sneak through the water without alerting the nearby fish, and they can stealthily sneak up on their prey. Now these guys will be eating fish, frogs, turtles, small snakes, even a baby alligator. Now, although these guys are apex predators in their own right, they will still get taken out by a large alligator, which is of course the top predator in the Texas swamp. You can see we're around mid-March. Normally you would start to see a lot more green coming in, but Texas is still recovering from that huge freeze in the middle of February. So a lot of this plant growth died off and was killed by the freeze. So a lot of this growth is starting to regrow, recuperate. You can see the first things to kind of grow back are all these grasses. And of course they're growing back because this is just a very fertile area. This is another floodplain. This is an area that's specially built lower than the rest of the city of Houston. So that way, whenever Houston experiences heavy rains, heavy rainfall, storms, hurricanes, this area will flood completely. That way it'll save more developed areas of human habitation from truly destructive flooding. Of course, you know, the alligators love it. Whenever it floods, all that means is new areas of the map have just been unlocked. One testament to this area's frequent flooding is this rickety makeshift bridge. On the bright side, it did allow me to live out my favorite Indiana Jones movie. It's a leap of faith.
As I come across a significantly more stable bridge, I spot a weird but absolutely incredible animal, the spiny softshell turtle. Unlike most turtles, softshells lack the layer of bony plate on their shells, instead having a very soft, leathery shell. While this makes them more vulnerable to predators, it also helps them zip through the water with incredible speed. You can see from their long nose and forward-facing eyes that these are animals that spend almost their entire lives in the water. As I come across another bridge crossing the bayou, I finally get the break I've been looking for.
Alright, so right now I'm on a bridge, on a boardwalk crossing Buffalo Bayou, and right about 50 yards in front of me, we've got an alligator. Now it's hard to gauge from this distance his size, but looks to be about 8 to 10 feet. So this is definitely a full-grown adult alligator. It's hard to say if it's a female, just a very big female, or if it's a male. Alligators don't have any external features that are unique to males or females. The only way to tell is to check, or if it's bigger than females get, then it's definitely a male, because males get significantly bigger than females. So I wouldn't call him a giant alligator. Giant would be, 12 foot plus, but this guy's definitely full grown, full size. He has outgrown any other predator in this entire area. So right now he is the apex of the food chain, the very, very top. Nothing, but nothing will stand in this guy's way, with the exception of a bigger alligator. Now he is pretty calm. I mean, like I said, I'm about 50 yards away, so I'm not encroaching on his space right now, but I'm talking pretty loud. We've had a couple people come by on bikes talking. He hasn't really been fazed at all, so he's, not used to very loud human activity, but he is used to their presence here. And he probably is used to people stopping to look at him, to take pictures, take videos of him, because he is a very, very impressive beast.
This is an absolutely incredible encounter, but of course, I can't just leave it at this. I want to know just how this alligator reacts to someone getting up close and personal.
Alright, so we're back down by the water's edge. So what we're going to do is try and get as close as we can to it. The reason I'm doing this is because these are animals in a heavily trafficked area with a lot of human activity. I want to see just how accustomed they are to human activity, how used they are to humans. I want to see what their temperament is, so I'm going to see just where their limits are and how close I can get to them. Now, never, ever do this. I know alligator body language. I can tell when the animal is getting stressed. I can tell when I'm getting too close, when the animal is getting riled up. I'm doing this specifically so you guys don't have to. So I'm taking the risk, I'm taking it on myself. Never ever do this. If you see an alligator, admire it from a very safe distance. Stay on trails, stay on boardwalks and bridges. Don't get this close. I got him. Okay, so he's not responding aggressively to me, but he is picking his head up and keeping me dead in his sights. He hasn't changed position at all, so he's, I think, just kind of keeping his eye on me, making sure that, making sure I don't try anything funny. Okay, he is closing his eyes now, which is a good sign. He at least feels a little bit relaxed. Relaxed enough to, let his guard down slightly. He's not putting his head down in the water though. He's not splaying his legs out. He's just staying on alert. I have a GoPro camera mounted on my hiking stick. So what I'm going to do is try and get as close as I can with something that isn't my hand, because camera equipment can be replaced easily. I'm going to be prone so that my profile is a lot smaller and less intimidating to him. I'm not going to be lying down. I will have all my feet and hands on the ground just in case something goes horribly wrong and I need to jump back. But I am ready for whatever this guy decides to throw at me.
Look at the speed and power this animal moves with. In slow motion, it's easy to understand how these apex predators have dominated their ecosystem for over 100 million years.
And that is exactly the reaction I was hoping for. The fact that he turned and fled instead of standing to fight means that he still retains some fear of people, and that's good. There he is. There he is. He may have retreated off the bank, but he is not running away. Okay, see, there he goes. Alligators, normally when they're floating in the water, they just have their heads up and their body's completely submerged, but he's showing me his back, not full puffing up his back, but he's showing me his back. That is a defensive posture. All it is just showing off to me, look how big I am, look how big and tough of an alligator I am, don't mess with me. And I'm not going to. Just, the speed, and you could just see and feel the power and speed with which he moved. Even though alligators, when they bask, they look like they're motionless. They look so slow, they look so lethargic. Never let that fool you, never get complacent. They are capable of incredible bursts of speed, incredible bursts of power. They have the strongest jaws of any animal in the animal kingdom. If he wanted to, he could have jumped up, easily cleared that bank and grabbed my stick, maybe even grabbed me. The fact that he ran off, that he didn't stand and fight or charge or swing at me or hiss or anything like that, means that he is not aggressive to people, which is good. This is a place where people come and go. They're on bikes, they bring strollers, they bring their kids and their pets. This is not a place that you want an alligator that sees humans as something to fight or even worse, something to eat. This is an alligator that hasn't been fed by humans. This is an alligator that doesn't feel needs to fight with humans. This is an alligator that just wants to be left alone. And here he's protected, so that is exactly what he should be getting. Not only has this been an incredible adventure filled with awesome and fascinating animals, but we managed to find a huge American alligator right here in this park, right in the middle of one of the largest metropolitan areas in the entire United States. This shows that with proper land management and wildlife courtesy, we can coexist very peacefully with these animals and preserve one of the most incredible creatures to ever evolve on Earth.